There was a 25-year-old guy named Alex who worked at a private company in New York. His monthly paycheck was around $4,500, which, for many in the US, is considered a decent income. Alex was happy with his salary, but deep inside he had this constant fear. What if I lose this job? Because in his company, skill mattered more than degrees. If someone more talented came along, management wouldn't think twice about replacing him. And the truth was, Alex had no other source of income. Now, Alex had a colleague named Michael, a department manager making around $9,000 a month. Michael was different. He was always confident, chill, and never seemed stressed, no matter what was happening in the office. One day, Michael walked into the company cafe for coffee and noticed Alex sitting there, lost in thought. Michael grabbed his coffee, sat next to him, and asked, "Hey man, you look worried. Everything okay?" Alex sighed. "Michael, I'm honestly scared. You know how strict our bosses are. Even a small mistake can get someone fired. And if that happens to me, I'm screwed. This job is my only source of income." Michael leaned back and smiled. "Do you know why I'm always relaxed? Because the fear that's eating you up, I left it behind a long time ago." Alex frowned. "What do you mean?" Michael explained, "The root of your fear is that this job is your only income stream. But that's not the case with me. Over time, I've built multiple assets that generate income for me. That's why job security doesn't bother me anymore." Alex: "Assets? Like what?" Michael: "An asset is anything that makes you money. In your case, your only asset is this job. But if you want true financial freedom, you need more." Alex laughed. "Come on, man. I've got a savings account. That's an asset too, right? I get 0.4% annual interest without doing anything." Michael shook his head. "No, that's not an asset. It's a liability in disguise, because inflation eats more of your money than that account ever grows. Look, if you have $10,000 in the bank, earning 0.4% interest, in a year you'd get $40. But inflation in the US averages around 3–4%. So your money is actually losing value every single year." Alex paused. "Damn, I never thought of it that way. So tell me, what assets should I build?" Michael smiled and began listing his own. 1. Education and skills. "When I first joined this company, I realized quickly that my future wasn't guaranteed. So instead of relying only on my degree, I invested in myself. Books, online courses, mentorships. I learned sales psychology, storytelling, negotiation, things no one else on my team was doing. Within a year, I tripled my sales numbers and got promoted 3 times. That investment in myself was my first and most powerful asset. 2. Real estate rentals. Of course, not everyone can buy a house right away. But years ago, I pooled money with a couple of friends and we bought a small duplex outside the city. We rented both units out, and today, after covering the mortgage, I pocket nearly $1,500 a month in passive income. That's money that flows in whether I work or not. 3. Commodities, gold, and collectibles. Recently, I bought a limited edition gold watch for $7,000. Sounds like a flex, right? But no, it's an investment. Gold prices rise about 10% a year, and because this watch is a rare edition, its collector value will skyrocket too. 5 years from now, I could flip it for double. 4. Side businesses. Back when I was earning less, I saved up around $5,000 and bought a used car. My unemployed neighbor knew how to drive, so I put that car on Uber under his name. He drove and I took a cut. That car alone made me an extra $800, $1,000 a month. Today, I run 2 cars on rideshare apps and they earn me money while I sleep." Michael sipped his coffee and concluded, "So if you look at all this together, my job, my rentals, my side business, my investments, my monthly income isn't just my $9,000 salary. It's closer to $18,000 coming from multiple streams. And that's why I don't stress. If one income goes away, the others keep me afloat." Alex sat there wide-eyed. For the first time, he realized the difference between surviving on one paycheck and building a life of financial security. The lesson: don't let fear control your future. Start small, but start today. Build assets, create multiple income streams, and free yourself from the trap of living paycheck to paycheck. And hey, if you found this story inspiring, hit that like button.